Have you ever wondered why your flexibility never seems to improve no matter how long you stretch? You push your body into uncomfortable positions day after day, and somehow your muscles just stay tight. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body isn't necessarily tight because your muscle fibers are simply too short. A major part of the problem is your nervous system. Your nervous system can restrict your range of motion because it's trying to protect you from positions it doesn't fully trust yet. When you enter a deep stretch, your muscles may be weaker and harder to control. Your nervous system senses that vulnerability and limits how far you're willing to move. So the answer isn't just stretch harder. Instead, you need to build strength and control inside those stretched positions. When your nervous system begins to recognize that a new range is controlled, it can become more comfortable, allowing you to move through it. And one method used for this is called proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, or simply NF. Let's break down how you can use this method with a simple standing forward fold. Start by bending forward. Slowly. Go only until you feel a moderate, comfortable stretch along the back of your body. Don't force it. Now, use your hands to hold your position securely. From here, contract the muscles being stretched. Imagine you're trying to pull yourself out of the stretch while your hands keep you in position. Create strong, controlled tension. Hold it for a few seconds while continuing to breathe. Then, relax. As the tension releases, you may notice that you can comfortably move a little deeper. That's the basic idea. Contract, hold, relax. Then explore the new range without forcing it. Repeat the cycle gradually, and you're training your body to become stronger and more comfortable in that position. And here's the good news. You don't necessarily need expensive equipment or heavy weights to practice this concept. Your own body, combined with active muscular contraction, can provide useful resistance. And the same basic principle can be adapted to many mobility exercises. Take the frog stretch, for example. For martial artists, better hip mobility can be extremely useful, especially for kicking. Start on the floor and gradually open your knees until you feel a comfortable stretch through your inner thighs. The floor provides resistance while you control the position. Now, create tension through your legs, as though you're trying to bring your knees inward without actually allowing them to move. Hold that contraction for a few seconds. Keep breathing. Then, relax. If everything feels comfortable, allow yourself to settle slightly deeper. Then repeat. Contract, hold, relax, and explore the new range. Over time, this can help you develop greater control through your available hip mobility. But there's something important here. More range isn't the only goal. You need to be able to use that range. So if you're a martial artist, don't stop after the mobility work. Practice the movements that actually matter to your sport. Controlled kicks, slow chamber positions, dynamic movements, and eventually, your normal technical training. This helps turn passive flexibility into usable athletic mobility. That's the difference that matters. Being able to reach a position is one thing. Being strong, balanced, and controlled in that position is something completely different. So how should you integrate PNF into your training? Choose the specific muscle groups or movement patterns that actually need improvement. Use controlled contractions, keep the intensity manageable, and focus on quality instead of trying to force maximum range every session. You can perform this type of mobility work after appropriate training sessions or dedicate separate sessions specifically to flexibility and mobility. The most important factor is consistency. Not one brutal stretching session, not forcing yourself deeper every day, and definitely not turning flexibility training into a competition with your own body. Instead, build range gradually. Build strength inside that range. Then teach your body how to actually use it. For martial artists, that means practicing your kicks, your stance transitions, your footwork, and your dynamic movements through the mobility you've developed. With consistent training, flexibility and mobility can improve significantly over time. And even if you take some time away, previously trained movement qualities may be easier to rebuild than starting completely from scratch. So if endless passive stretching hasn't been giving you the results you want, change the way you think about flexibility. Don't just ask, how far can I stretch? Ask, how strong and controlled am I at the edge of my range? That question changes everything. Train the range, strengthen the range, control the range, then use the range. That's how flexibility becomes useful for real athletic movement. And for fighters, that's what ultimately matters. Better kicks, better movement, better control, and a body that's prepared for the positions your sport demands. Train intelligently, progress gradually, stay consistent, And instead of fighting against your body's protective mechanisms, teach your body that it can move farther with strength and control.